from our little break here. And I'm going to go ahead and take the first hive body off. But I got to break it loose on all sides. Because the bees use what they call propolis to seal the hive shut, to keep it waterproof. So any openings that they can, where water or moisture can get in, the bees will seal it shut. Okay, so at this point, I should be ready to lift the hive body off. But just in case, I'm going to open it and put some smoke in there. There's probably about 20,000 bees in here, so we've got to be really careful. The smoke is really important. You don't want your smoker to run out of fuel halfway through the inspection. That could get bad. So what I'm going to do is lift the hive body off. I'm going to set it over here. And you want to be careful not to squish any bees, but it's really hard. So just be careful and be quick. If you squish too many bees, they'll put off a pheromone that they're being attacked. And the bees will attack you, thinking you're trying to damage the hive. Okay, so the Hive Tool is what you're going to use to pry the frames out. And you can either start at one end or in the middle. I have 10 frames in here, and normally what people run is 9 frames in a 10 frame box to give them more room to maneuver the frames. If they're in there 10 deep, then they're a little tight. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pry one frame out. I'm going to go ahead and lift it straight out. As you can see, this one right here doesn't have any larvae or anything on it. It's one of the newer ones I put in not too long ago. And I'm going to set that aside because I'm going to need the room to pry apart the other one. And what you're looking for is you're looking at the brood pattern, you're looking for any dead bees, you're looking for to make sure that they're storing honey and pollen, and that the larva pattern is good and that there's actual larvae in there. You want to try to find the queen if you can, but most of the time she's pretty elusive. You'll see her for a second and she'll run around the frame to the other side, and so it's really hard to see her. But if you see her, that's good. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to go through these one at a time. And you want to take 20 minutes or less if possible. You get faster as you go. And as you can see on this frame here, there's bees, there's honey. The honey's capped with a white wax over it. That means it's ready, and the bees will only cap it when it reaches 18% moisture content. So some of the ones that aren't capped, you can see them. It means the honey's not cured enough, so they won't cap it until it's ready. And what you want to do is you want to hold the frame to your back like this, so the sun's at your back, so you can actually look into them. This one looks like it's almost all honey. I don't see any larvae or laying whatsoever on it. So they're using this to store the honey. They usually keep the larvae in the center of the colony where it's warmer and they can protect them. So that one looks good. So what I'm looking for is I'm going to try to spot the queen in here if I can. She'll usually be surrounded by worker bees. And if you can just lay that out to the side if you need a little more room, which I probably will, because I'm going to slide these frames over a little bit. We want to give it a little more smoke like this down in there. And then you can go ahead and hang it on the side like this. So now you're going to try to get these frames apart. They're all glued together, like I said. So it's kind of hard, and you want to be careful. I mean, you can just stick it in there and pop it, but you want to be careful not to smash any bees. So I'm wedging it in here, and I'm prying it apart with a twisting motion. And you're going to do the same thing to the other side. You don't want to smash any of the bees, so be very careful. Just give it a slight twist. And once you got it through, make sure you don't pinch any bees with your hand as you grab them. And go ahead and lift the frame out. You want to make sure you got a good grip on them because the frames are really heavy. Each frame weighs about 2 or 3 pounds. You can see all the bees on there, they're working. They look like they have some pollen stored here, some honey. They're eating the honey because the smoke causes them to go in and gorge themselves. In the event that a forest fire is coming, they can take off. They'll have enough food to make it to their next one. I'm looking for the queen here, and I don't really see her. I see some workers running around on here. She's usually more toward the center, but what you want to do is hold the sun at your back and look in there. I got a congregation of bees here, but it looks like they're all just eating. I don't see the queen in the middle. The queen's slightly larger than the rest, so you'll be able to tell the difference when you spot the queen. She'll be about an inch long. The other bees are about a ½ inch long. So she wasn't on that frame. The honey and the brood pattern looks good there. I didn't see any larvae. It was hard to tell. So I'm going to go to the next frame. And you want to work quickly. If you feel like the bees are getting aggressive, you just give them another squirt of smoke. And then you're going to get to the edge of the frame here. Try not to squish any bees, like I said. Stick it between the frames. Give it about a half turn. Set down your Hive Tool. Make sure you don't pinch any bees. Grab the frame. Lifting it out carefully. And then you're going to hold the frame. Usually you want to hold the frame like this by the ends. Just make sure you don't have any bees under your finger before you do it. You're going to stand with your back to the sun so you can see down in the things. And as you can see, there's tons of bees on there. I'm looking at them. Okay, so far I see a lot of bees. I don't really see the queen yet. She's a carnelian queen, so she's going to be kind of black. Now when you look to the other side, what you want to do is flip it over opposite, like this, holding it up to the sun. You can see, if you hold it at the right angle, you can see way down in the cells of the colony. And then looking around here, I see a lot of bees, but no queen on this one. She's pretty big, but I'm going to try to take a look and see if I can see her. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take a break. I'm going to continue checking the frames, and we'll be back shortly.